Hey, Fruity Cutie with the booty, what's up? Are you tired of explaining yourself to unhealthy people? Are you not sure how much protein we need? Well, today I'm going to prove it to you that we don't need barely any protein, not barely any. I'm going to be reading an excerpt from one of the most important books ever, The Mucusless Diet Healing System. Before we get into that, I just want to quickly say that the annotated version by Professor Spira is in the brand new plant-based bundle. This is an extremely valuable book, and you're not only going to get that book for less than 50 cents. I was going to curse, but you know, the kids. I'm trying to look out for the kids now, okay? You're going to get my brand new book, Raw Vegan Excuses Part 2. And if you click the link below and check out the bundle and maybe purchase it with my link, you're going to be in the running to win all 5 of my books delivered straight to your house. So that's Raw Vegan Excuses Part 1, my Master Manifestor Journal with my little watermelon face on the back, the Raw Vegan Beauty Book, and my Daily Gratitude Journal. Also, I just decided just this second that if you do win, I'm going to announce the winner on Monday from the people that bought the bundle with my link. I'm going to throw in this book. I'm going to send this book to your house. Not this one. I'll send a new one. Hope I can still get it because I think it's out of print. The Mucusless Diet Healing System by Arnold Ehret. So let's get into the point of this video because it's very important. Click the link below to check out the bundle. But let's talk about protein, okay? So let's read what Arnold Ehret says. And by the way, Arnold Ehret was a professor in the early 19th century who was mysteriously killed in his 40s right after he did a speech. You know, Arnold Ehret, he was traveling the world speaking about a raw vegan diet and the benefits of not consuming animal products. And here's what he says in his book. High protein foods act as a stimulation for a certain time because they decompose at once in the human body into poison. It is a commonly known fact that any kind of animal substances become very poisonous as soon as they enter an oxidation with air, especially at a high temperature as exists in the human body. The learned have gone so far as to prove that man belongs biologically in a class of meat-eating animals, while the descendant theory proves that he belongs to the ape family who are exclusively fruit eaters. You can see how ridiculous contradictory so-called science is. The fundamental fact, and when I read this book in 2011, I went raw right away. I was like, oh my God, this is the truth. This makes sense. I just make it make sense, boo. It don't make sense that we're hurting animals and killing them and eating them. We can't even kill them ourselves. Come on now. Okay, but let's talk about the facts about what happens when we eat high protein foods. Okay, the fundamental fact and truth of why the grown-up man does not need so much protein as the old physiology claims is shown in the combination of mother's milk, which does not contain over 2.5 to 3% protein. Somebody needs to hear this. I'm going to say it again. The fundamental fact and truth of why the grown-up man does not need so much protein as the old physiology claims is shown in the combination of mother's milk, which does not contain over 2.5 to 3% protein, and nature builds up with that foundation of a new body. But the error goes further than that in their endeavor to replace something that is not destroyed, not used up, not consumed at all, as you learned in the previous lesson about the medical error of metabolism. The physiology has a principally wrong concept to change of matter because these experts, the founders of such a kind of science, lacked all knowledge of chemistry at all, and organic chemistry especially. This is important. Listen to this. Life is based on change of matter in the meaning of physiology, chemical transformation, but never on the absurd idea that you must eat protein to grow protein of muscles and tissues. Most certainly not. Listen to this. For instance, is it necessary that a cow must drink milk to produce milk? We could read more, but let's leave it at that. It's a joke, boo. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. And when I read that book and I put it 2 and 2 together, I said, wait a minute. Mother's milk is 2.5 to 3% protein. You know what also is 2.5 to 3% protein? Mother fruity fruit. Okay? Fruit is 2.5 to 3% protein. There's some fruit that's higher in protein, actually. Like is watermelon is higher in protein, actually. Ooh, that's a heavy bowl. Um, do cows drink milk to produce milk? Do we eat hair to grow our hair? Do we eat nails to grow our nails? No. Why in the actual fruit would we need to eat protein to grow our muscles? That don't make no sense. To grow our muscles, we need to work out, boo. Okay, that's number one. To fuel our muscles, we need to eat our species-specific food. All of our cells in all of our bodies run on glucose, not protein. This book will change your life, and you can win it for free if you check out the plant-based bundle and purchase it with my link. You're actually going to get the book, but I'm going to send you the copy in the mail, the original copy in a paperback, because it's that important. It's so crucial that you get this into your brain and you start educating yourself, because now that I think about it, back in the day in 2011, the only reason that I really went raw is because I just started educating myself and brainwashing myself that cooked food was poison, especially processed foods. Back in the day, I was like, all cooked food is poison. Even a sweet potato. You're killing everything in the sweet potato. Now I let my clients like eat a sweet potato. You want a sweet potato, boo? Eat your sweet potato, boo. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat cooked food just because I'm in the habit now for over a decade of just eating fresh, ripe, raw, delicious fruit and vegetables, and I want to feel alive. And if you eat things that are dead, you then how you gonna feel alive, boo? How? It's just, it don't make sense. Make it make sense. I work on common sense. I don't care about the studies. I don't care what study comes out that says what dead animal body part is good for me. I've been there before. I ate all the animal body parts. It didn't work for me. Maybe it works for you. Maybe it works for someone else. It don't work for me. I tried it, boo. And when they say that eating a raw vegan diet, you get sick, you deteriorate. I'm not deteriorating. I'm almost 40. I've been doing this. It's going to be 14 years in a few months. They lying to you, boo. And I'm not doing anything different other than here's what I'm doing different. And I talk about this in my book. Okay, so check out the bundle below so you can really know how to live and thrive on a raw vegan diet, because a lot of people are doing it wrong. You see, what I'm doing different is I'm eating when I'm hungry. Some people out there, let's just put it out there. We're not gonna name names. I wish I could, but whatever. They gonna sue me or whatever. Some people, they don't eat. They don't like to eat. They like to fast. They like to starve themselves. They want to be a certain size. And I'd love to be a certain size. That would be great. I did effortlessly lose over 60 pounds. So I'm 130 now. And at my highest, I didn't even weigh myself at my highest because I was so depressed. Um, yeah, around 190, 200 pounds. Okay, so it was tough back then. And people, I always hear like celebrities talk about how, they were in their prime in their 20s. I was the worst looking and the worst health and the highest weight that I've ever been in my 20s. I looked way worse in my 20s than I look now. So I can't relate to that having like a prime. This is my prime now. In my 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s is going to be my fucking prime. But back to the topic at hand, which is, effortless. It's effortless to lose weight when you do it right. Now you have to eat enough. See, this is where it backfires. If you have an eating disorder, you're not eating a raw vegan diet. Okay, you starving yourself, boo. That's not what we're talking about here. Okay, I love to eat, and so that's why the raw food diet worked for me. And if you also love to eat, then it'll work for you too. All you have to do is eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Even if you don't stop when you're full, you're still gonna lose weight. You're just going to be bloated and you're going to eat too much and you're not going to feel great, but it's water, so it'll go through you really quickly. I think the people that come to this diet and they have an eating disorder, that's the people that make it look bad, like an eating disorder. That's the people that get sick. That's the people that look too skinny. That's the people that deteriorate right in front of our eyes. They're not eating a raw vegan diet. They have an eating disorder. So, like, let's get it clear. there's two different things going on here. I'm not juice cleansing. I'm not water fasting. I'm not starving myself. Okay, for breakfast today, I had a watermelon, half of an entire watermelon. Okay, that's like 1,000 calories right there. 1,000 calories a meal is great. That's great. Okay, that's you do 3,000 calories a day. Great, great. You don't need that much if you're not working out. I'm working out. I'm doing 10,000 steps a day. I'm doing, I teach workouts on Zoom. I'm going to hot yoga. I'm being pretty active right now, so I was really hungry. But eating 1,000 calories in a day, it's not going to serve you, boo, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to fall off. If you're like me and you like to eat, you're going to fall off, and then you're going to say it doesn't work, and then you're going to go back to the yo-yo dieting and being miserable. And so what you want to do is you want to do it right this time. You want to do it different. And what I recommend is you check out the bundle, because every person in this bundle, almost every person in this bundle, has been doing it a long time, for the right reasons and in the right way. Let me highlight a few of them. Chris Kendall. He's also known as the Raw Advantage. I'm sorry, my foot fell asleep. Okay. Fuck. Chris Kendall, when your foot falls asleep? He's been eating raw for almost 20 years, and he's doing it right. And he's eating an abundance of fresh, ripe, juicy, delicious fruit. He's not taking all these protein powders, enzymes. I don't think. I don't know him that well, but I watch his content. I don't think he's taking all these supplements and these powders and these dead foods and these putting these things in his smoothies. No, he's doing it simply and right. And he's not starving. He's not juice cleansing. He's not water fasting all the time, and I think that's a great role model in the raw food industry. Another one would be Raw Intuition, Matt Bennett. He's another one who's doing it like me. Very similar. He's eating a lot of fruit. He's eating a big salad every day. His book is in the bundle. It's very valuable. It's really packed with a lot of recipes, dressings. It's all about salads. Okay, so if you're struggling with your salad dressings, you got to get this book. Chris Kendall has a meal plan in there. Raw Food Romance and Raw Natty Nate. There are another two raw vegans that are doing it right. I mean, they're eating the way they want to eat. And I admire them for doing it their way. I prefer a little more fruit personally. I don't like to be in the kitchen. I don't like to dehydrate things, but they're coming up with incredible recipes, and they're not starving themselves. They're not doing juice cleanses all the time. They're not doing, these watermelon islands and just constant restriction. Okay. You're restricting when your body is saying something and your ego is saying, no, bitch, you gonna do what I say. That's not, no. When you're hungry, you eat. Now, do you eat French fries? No, because that's an addiction, and that's not a food. That is hurting you. What you want to do is you want to eat fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds in abundance, in as much quantities as you want, and you'll effortlessly lose weight. Okay? Now, if you have a lot of weight to lose, you can eat a lot more. If you only have 5 or 10 pounds to lose, like me, I want to lose 10 pounds. So what I'm personally doing is I'm not restricting my food. I'm just moving my body more, and I'm just lowering the amount of nuts that I am eating, because I was eating a lot of cashews lately. I made a lot of really, really good stuff for my roommate's mom, who was here from France, and I was indulging a lot in the cashews and the macadamia nuts and the making a lot of like cheesecakes and stuff like that, raw vegan gourmet stuff. So I'm lowering that, and I'm just moving my body more. And I'm not completely getting rid of fat, not at all. I have an avocado every single day in my dressings, in my salad. I have salad dressing every day with nuts or seeds, but I'm just lowering the amount of nuts that I'm eating. The cashews are gone. The dried fruit, I was eating a lot of dates, putting that in the raw gourmet stuff that I was making. And I'm just moving my body more. And that's how simple and easy it is to eat and to see weight loss on a raw food diet. Okay. Now, if you have 100 pounds to lose, you don't have to limit nothing, boo. All the fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds that you want. Focus on the fruit. Focus on the fruit, though. Focus on the fruit. Okay. Don't pound down the nuts. They got a lot of calories in them. The almond butter. Don't drink almond butter like water. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But, in the beginning, when I was almost 200 pounds, I was literally having dates dipped in almond butter as a meal. And I would just take like 10, 20 dates, and I would just dip them, and I would eat that on my break at work. And I was losing weight. So, like, it's all relative. If I did that now, I'd gain weight. But I had so much weight to lose, and I was in the beginning of the miracle healing process of the raw food diet. Long story short is, boo, you don't need to worry about protein. In the history of the human race, did you know that there's never been a protein deficiency ever? And I have not eaten protein or any complete proteins, no tofu, no beans, no quinoa. I've not had this for over 13 years. I actually don't think I've ever had tofu in my life because it's just weird to me. And I went, it's a long story, but I went vegetarian when in 14 years ago. And then a year later, I went raw vegan. The vegetarian time of my life, I don't like to cook. So I just ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I ate a lot of, like, I was gluten free too. So I ate a lot of like cookies, pasta, stuff like that, before I went raw. And I don't ever remember having tofu. But like, dude, does it look like, oh, trying to flex? Oh, wait, this is my good arm. Hold on. Yeah, right. You see that? Does it look like I'm protein deficient? Oh, yeah. Whew, I'm exhausted. Okay, love you guys. I'm not. Guys, I'm not. And when I take a blood test, just so you know, I literally have higher protein levels than the average person. But I only eat fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds, mostly fruit. 90% fruit. How do I do it? Find out in the plant-based bundle. Get my new book, read every chapter. There's 32 chapters. It's all the excuses that you could ever have on a fruit-based diet or a raw vegan diet. It's all the struggles that you might have, all the challenges that you will face, and the solutions. Because, by the way, you will face these challenges. The universe always, when you make a decision and you go for something, the universe always challenges you to see if you really want it. Do you really want it? And so this is like a cheat code. These are all the things that I had to learn. For example, I had a lot of trouble staying raw because my friends and family were not raw. The people I lived with were not raw. So there was always treats in the house. So, chapter 19 is all about that. How do you eat a raw vegan diet when there's so much unhealthy food in the house? Okay. Other things like can't go raw because I'm afraid there's not enough variety for my microbiome. Okay. I can't go raw because I'll miss the unhealthy food of my childhood too much. I can't go raw because I'm a stress eater. I can't go raw because I heard oxalates cause kidney stones. So I'm scared to eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. All right. Can't go raw because I can't lose weight no matter what I do. I can't stick to it. I can't stay full eating just raw. I have diabetes. I can't find seeded fruit. There's a lot of seedless fruit out there. I'm afraid it will destroy my teeth. Eating raw screws up my digestion. I get constipated. I have diarrhea, all these things. I address every single thing that could possibly be the issue. Oh, I can't find dressings that I like. There's lots of dressings in here, okay? So that's that. I love you, boo. Thank you very much for watching. I encourage you to please stop making excuses because then you'll never, ever, ever find a result. Ever. Excuses or results. You can't have both. I love you, boo. I'll see you in the next episode. Click the link below to check out the plant-based bundle. It's only available till Sunday at midnight. Bye.